It's going to revolutionize content creation in animation. So from Pixar style to Claymation to anime, produce content at a near Hollywood level production level. A fraction of the cost of traditional animation doesn't do it justice.
I had my dog, he's a miniature Shih Tzu poodle, and I had him step into a race car and, a Formula One style race, win it, and then get a trophy.
Okay.
So it ended up being about 40 seconds. But it was, it was a lot more work. Like production ready, that last half took 100 times longer.
That's the big key difference of us, is all this exists within one platform. When he showed me this, I was thinking, this is incredible. This is a game changer. And I said, I think it's much bigger than that.
Hello, happy Tuesday. How are you today?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Awesome. I'm calling from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. How about yourself?
I am from Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix is very hot out there. Is it hot right now?
Yeah, got hot a little early, actually. We hit 100 it's the earliest it's ever hit 100 degrees in Phoenix.
I remember the first time I was in Arizona, I was in the, this was a cab at the time before Uber. I was asking the cab driver, when does it get cooler? And I was thinking like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the evening. And he said, around Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay,
Usually.
This is a different kind of heat than I'm used to.
Yep.
Well, tell us more about the business. What are you doing for your customers?
So the business we have actually just launched called PIPPA, and it's going to basically, I believe, revolutionize content creation in animation. So we've essentially built a platform that allows anyone with any skill level or lack thereof to create any kind of animated cartoon they would want to. From Pixar style to Claymation to anime, can tell any type of story, produce any type of content at a near Hollywood level production level.
Wow.
Even to say a fraction of the cost of traditional animation doesn't do it justice. Basically, from a cost perspective, it's about $19.99 a month, and you get 5 to 7 minutes of fully produced animation. Some other cool features about it for our customers that they love is it's fully personalizable, so it will create characters in your style based on likeness. If you want to upload it, if you wanted to do a cartoon about your family, you could upload pictures of yourself, your kids, and it would put them into that cartoon style. You can use your own voice or voices. It syncs those up with your character, so it looks like your character's talking, the vocals are synced to the mouth, and it's your voice. And so we can literally put people into their own cartoons of any kind.
I actually attempted to do this over the weekend. It took forever. I got a result that was usable, but I had my dog, he's a miniature Shih Tzu poodle, and I had him step into a race car and, a Formula One style race, win it, and then get a trophy.
Okay.
So it ended up being about 40 seconds. But it was using Higgs field, Nano Banana, using a lot of different tools, and then CapCut to put it all together. But it was, it was a lot more work than, I think getting it sort of halfway there was really quick, which inspired me to do it in the first place, because I was getting really good, initial results. But then getting it like production ready, that last half took 100 times longer.
Yeah. And that's the big key difference of us, is all this exists within one platform. Like, to take you through what the experience would be as quickly as I can. So let's assume you're someone that has very little to no experience in this, and you just have an idea for a story. You don't even have anything written. So when you start with PIPPA, it will ask you are able to upload audio, you're able to upload a fully realized written story, you're able to upload a screenplay, but it will also, there's an option called Write My Story with PIPPA, where you just provide the basic characters you want to have in it, the overall idea of what the adventure or story is about. You can pick the tone, the genre, and the length of time that you want it to be, and it will generate a written story for you that you can edit right there as you see fit. It then moves you to your style selection, so you can pick from a variety of styles of animation. And I'll talk a little bit about a cool feature there in just a minute, but and then it auto detects the characters and allows you to upload those reference images, generate the characters. It then writes the full screenplay for you, writes the full storyboard for you, generates the initial storyboard images, which you can edit in as to your heart's content, so to speak, with pretty advanced features, depending on how in the weeds you want to get, and then it will animate it for you. And that last step that you talk about, also included at the end of that, is the ability to add sound effects, music, voiceover, captions, you name it. So it literally takes you from the concept of a story to a fully realized animation produced with audio effects and everything that you can then export or upload to socials right from the platform.
And tell me more about how this all got started. What's the origin story?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, actually. So one of my other, call it side hustles or jobs, is I'm an advisor and investor for a CPG accelerator. And we do 2 groups a year, one in the spring and one in the fall, where I'm on a team of other mentors and investors for a specific brand. And one of those co-mentors of mine, while we both also work in the CPG space, he's been very into AI for a while. He spent about 7 years at Apple working on product development and product launches for Apple, then went over to Hershey on the operations side. So a very eclectic background, but as a hobby, he'd gotten really into AI over the last 3 years. And he would tell bedtime stories to his children, who are 5, 6, and 8, I believe. But instead of reading stories from a book, he would create them on the fly or come up with them. And then as the kids got older, they would start contributing to the stories too, right? And it became this sort of choose your own adventure meets collaborative storytelling experience for him and his kids. And his wife, had heard him telling these stories, and she said, you should turn one of those stories into one of those AI books. Well, you can create those storybooks based on the stories. And he's like, it made him think, well, I wonder if I could turn it into a cartoon. And so, being the genius that he is in this space, he developed a platform for himself that would allow him to create these short-minute cartoons simply by uploading the recorded audio that he did on his phone of him and his kids telling stories. And he built this platform from scratch that would take an uploaded audio file and convert it into an animated cartoon in any style. When he showed me this, I was thinking, this is incredible. This is a game changer. In his head, initially, it was, wow, instead of offering people cartoon books, we can actually offer them cartoons as a gift or something you would give to your family. And I said, I think it's much bigger than that. To me, this was essentially, as grandiose as this may sound, like YouTube, but for animation. Like we can put the power of creating cartoons into the hand of make this doable and fun for an 8-year-old, for example, what would that do to the landscape? And that's where the idea really started to come together, which was, hey, this can be something that people can use to tell their own stories. This would be great for creators and influencers who want to run animated series or content on their channels. This could be great for education. Imagine a teacher being able to create a lesson a week that teaches history, but through the art of a cartoon. Vice versa. A kid in school could produce quote unquote reports on the history lessons that they've learned by producing their own cartoon and using that as a way to educate. Obviously, there's business applications, whether that's creating edutainment for your business, or if you're an agency or a content production house that's serving clients, the ability to offer this level of production from an animation perspective, but at a fraction of the cost. I mean, coming from the agency world myself, having tried to produce cartoons, in the past, it was, look, a 5-minute animated cartoon could cost tens of thousands of dollars. And now this does it for hundreds or less. It just felt like a game changer. And so that's what we started building. It took about 3 months, and we're at a place now where it works very well and basically is at the bleeding edge of all AI capabilities from a content production perspective and animation, but all housed within one platform.
The quality looks amazing. And if you can make this work in 5 minutes instead of the 5 hours I produced just to get my dog into a race car, this definitely would be very transformational. Well, how do people start working with this? Should they just go to the website and get started, or reach out to you?
Yeah, if you go to gopippa.ai, you will be able to start it for free. So for those on your podcast, I can create a invite code that's specific to this so that people can try this out. It'll come with some free tokens, so it's risk-free to give it a go, but we'll extend that offer to your audience.
Well, thank you so much for joining today.
Thank you.